to start in this corner because it's that magical time of day when the crystals in the piece I wove for Schoenbeck pick up the light coming in from the window here and dance on the walls. But I'd really like to start at the beginning, so we will take a walk down here. I'm at the Strand Center for the Arts in Plattsburgh, New York, my sponsoring organization. And this is my exhibit, PlattsburghWorks, a hand-woven celebration of local products and the workers who create them. And what I did is I went to 11 different manufacturers here in Plattsburgh and asked them if they would work with me to give me their scrap. So on this wall, we have pieces from Monahan Medical and Schluter Systems and Doyle Sales, Alstom, and others that gave me their scrap because I was able to weave using potholder looms. Oops, there's the lights on again. That was fun. And over here, I took photographs of all the different manufacturers and put them on this wall so that people could identify the different businesses that worked with me. I also brought a loom, the Dorset loom, that I wove several of the pieces on and been demonstrating how I added different scrap into the carpet work that I worked the loom with. These are some smaller pieces. This one for North Titanium with titanium rods, packing strips, and some foam packing stuff, as well as pieces from an umbrella that I cut up the fabric from to use. This one is for thin tube, a lot of tubes woven on my 8-shaft Mighty Wolf, so I was able to get these nice patterns to set off the copper and silver tubing, and again, the metal strapping material. This one is for the Parker family maple farm. They're maple producers. So this is tubing that collects the sap in the connectors and the top of their jugs, etc., etc. This is for Doyle Sales, that I incorporated a lot of leftover things from sailing, as well as sail fabric and different things, and I threaded it in a pattern that would show off the idea that it was sails. Over here, we have a piece that I did for North Titanium. And you can see the titanium rods that I added here. Oh, the prisms are dancing again. That's for Schoenbeck, and they donated that wonderful Swarovski crystal. Here's a little basket I wove using line or rope and sail material from Doyle Sails, and a funky little piece from a hard hat that was like a cap with a bill and wiring that Alstom gave me. Here we have a piece I did for Monahan Medical, who makes inhalers, and I glued them together with super glue and made kind of a fun piece again. And how could I forget the critters? These are some critters I wove with wire from AQ Wiring. Clothespins were a good friend in helping to make these as I started. They may have kind of a chicken feel to them because I did them during my artist in residency at Tabby's studio near Asheville, and she had chickens. This is for Monahan, for AQ Wiring, and the Forest of Totems, Schluter, and Monahan Medical make the inhalers, and Doyle Sales. And Michelin, who I wove in an M's and O's pattern, because they didn't want me to use their logo or their name. So I did M's and O's using tire pieces that they gave me in a bag that I cut up the bag. I used that. And I'm weaving Alstom. They make these railroad cars and subway cars and ship them all over the country. Parker Maple, Family Maple Farm. From a jug, threaded in an overshot blooming leaf pattern, with a tubing that I was able to use in this piece, basket-like piece of different tubing that I was able to get when Laura Parker took me out to the North 40, where they had a huge pile of tubing that they had accumulated for years. So, Schluter. Oh, let's not forget IEC Holden. They do machine parts. And this is from a hockey jersey. They give all their employees after they're there for a year a hockey jersey to be members of the team. A little bit of soldering that was on the floor and wiring that I pulled out of a thicker casing. And what was fun with the wiring is that because it was twisted, it made a neat feeling. And all this wonderful wire that she gathered up off the floor for me. So again, Schluter, the cute little rubber duckies, Michelin with their tire pieces. Oh, Schoenbeck, glitz and glamour, lots of crystal. Same crystal I used in the chandelier back there. And here's more from IEC Holden and how I was able to play around with those pieces from wiring. And Alstom with their jacket, safety jacket that they gave me that I cut up and used, and wiring. And here's the sculpture garden. Elsa did a magnificent job curating the show. This is made out of the tubing from the maple producers. This is a grid that I wove on the loom of wire and carpet warp and attached shards from the Monahan Medical tubing inhalers. This is a favorite piece of a lot of people. A cube I made out of Schluter's Systems aluminum and then wove into it to get kind of a neat feel in their colors of orange and gray, woven on the loom of wire and carpet warp and placed on top of some more Schluter Systems. Another armature, this time I made a triangle and wove into it with carpet warp and Schluter material. Another piece that's woven on the loom. This is a piece I created for Norse Titanium with a titanium structure and a piece called Hanging Around, hanging in the middle. These were kind of fun for Norse Titanium also, where I did the well-known paper weaving technique. I took the packing material, made slits in it, and then wove into it with titanium rods, pieces of an umbrella fabric, and the strapping material. This is a piece I did for IEC Holden, weaving right into the machine parts to create kind of an interesting triangle. And a view from behind. This is a totem for Schoenbeck, incorporating all that crystal and wire and metal things that you hang the chandeliers from. They're a chandelier making company. This is a piece I did in my garage when I created a warp weighted loom for Doyle Sales. Lots of high-end sail material and pieces from sailing. Another high-end sail material with mylar, all woven in freestyle. And this piece that I call On the Line. Another piece for Tube, heavy, because it has lots of stainless and copper tubing that they work with. I have a little pattern that I set up in the loom that I could make pop up every so often. And some strapping. This is the only piece I cut myself on, which I'm surprised there were other pieces that had sharp edges, but fun to do. And another cute little piece for Monahan Medical with their inhaler tubes. So that's it. What fun this has been to put together. And as I said, thank you, Elsa, for making this look so beautiful. This is a book that I made of all the different companies that I worked with and photos that I took along the way of weaving. their project. So, thank you for coming on a little tour with me of my exhibit. It'll be sad to see it all come down on Saturday. Thank you for coming.